This fight did not go as expected.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I have my sound still on. Ooh. What a day, what a day. Let's see if I can get this right. Here we go. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I felt like streaming, so I put on my thingy, my streaming thingy, and I was like, let's go for it. Because, holy crap, there's a party outside. I don't know if you can hear it. But I was like, I need to talk about something. Because, yeah, some days are good, some days are not that good. But today I was like, I took a shower. I was like, you know what? Hello there. How is your evening going? Did you go to the fair from the Dutch Association? And how was it? Fill me in. No, the reason that I wanted to go a little bit live is because, well, I've been working so hard on different projects, and today I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I just have to go live and see who's online and who's willing to join in to have a talk about something. And I just wanted to have a chill evening talking about airsoft, the thing that we all like to do, because there were some things in my mind, in my head, that I just wanted to talk about, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, I didn't visit. I heard it wasn't that great. I looked up to go, but it was a 4.5 hour drive to go there, and it was just a little bit too much. So I didn't do it. So let me first put this on my Facebook so more people can join in and watch me do what I do. And actually, yeah, Ars Alpha has been spitting out updates non-stop, and it's crazy to follow. But it's something that we can talk about. Hold on. Why don't have a? Why don't do? Why? Oh my God! English is starting to get difficult already. But like one of the topics that I want to talk about is perception of airsoft. You saved the money for donation, dude. That's awesome. I can give a heart somewhere. Can I give a heart? I don't know. Did I give a heart? I hearted something. I don't know what. Let's pop out the chat. There we go. Thank you very much for the support. It really. Oh, it was you. Damn. Nice. Thank you very much. And hopefully more people will join in. It was very difficult to set the goal. Yeah, I don't know all the real names from the people, and that's why I was very happy that people were like, yeah, well, fuck it, let's do this. Especially it's a big amount, and I didn't expect such a big amount from people. So thank you very much for that. And I'm trying to find the link. I'm trying to talk at the same time. I fucking hate. I'm not good at that. Okay, live. Let's go. Just show me a fucking. All right. Let's talk airsoft. And I'm curious about your opinion, actually. Like, the perception of airsoft, it's something that has been in my mind for a very long time now. Is how does somebody sees airsoft? Like, not us, because we know what it is, we know what we stand for and how we do it, but how does another person outside our comfort zone sees airsoft, and how do we talk about it? Like, if you talk about airsoft, you mainly just say, well, it's airsoft, it's paintball, but it's with more realistic weapons, or you say it's like us playing toy soldier. It's a lot of linking to the military part. And I'm gonna um, perception of airsoft. I'm just writing it down so I don't forget what I'm talking about. Yeah, because that happens quite often. Um, it's like, are we doing it wrong? That's like the main question. Aren't we doing it in the wrong order? Because people don't like military stuff, and especially in countries like Belgium, where they think that the military is not something to joke about. People are dying in wars. It's not something for us to train for. And I'm like, well, we're not training for military. We are just doing our thing. And yes, we call it military simulation. And that might be just not the right term for the outside world. So I was like, well, maybe we have to reinvent ourselves or something. And I'll take this out because I don't have any. I don't have anything on. Um, Maybe we have to go the other way around and look for something that people do understand and that they accept in society. For example, gaming. And why don't we go like, well, we just game in the outside world? And I know a lot of people, a lot of airsofters, they don't want to say like, hey, we're playing Call of Duty, or we're playing Battlefield, or we're playing whatever. But we are. And a lot of the same mechanics are in place. Actually, more mechanics are in the same place as gaming wise than military wise, because we don't you respawn in the military. Well, you don't. But in games you respawn. We took it from games. We play territory games like putting boxes on the field, and we just play for territory, and that's just Battlefield. Back in the days, Battlefield 2, you just conquer areas, or you take a flag. It's the most basic Unreal Tournament Millennium Edition. I think you capture the flag from your opponent. So we use a lot of game stuff in our airsoft, and I was like, well, because I don't know if I'm looking at it at a different level, because we have to find some finance for the platform. I was like, well, why isn't there any money in airsoft? What's the problem? What are we doing wrong? Do we need to associate it with something else? I was like, well, maybe if we associate it more with the gaming environment, the gaming community, we can broaden our spectrum. We can get more people into airsoft. We can explain what we're doing, because, well, we can explain it to them, because they have been playing Call of Duty. How many people? I think 40 million people play Call of Duty. So they understand. The parents of those people understand. When the dad wants to play airsoft, his kids understand. And it's harder to explain, like, why you want to be the military dude. Why do you want to reassemble the killing and all that? But apparently in games it's all fine. But, well, in the military it's not. But in airsoft yeah. So that's where I am right now. Not easy. So yeah. So I was like, well, let's just have a talk and see what people think about that. So we'll see. It's a lot, and yeah, that's one of the things. I wrote it down. I should record. I'm thinking about making a video about this, but I don't know why, how. It is a very difficult one. So, and last weekend we were at a milsim. a LARP thingy, and that was actually very nice. We 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 played. We did a lot of role play as civilians. True, most people have issues with replicas and think we are angry people. But isn't that also what happened to the gaming community not that long ago? Like, well, not that long ago. I can still remember that people are going ape shit about violent gaming, and it is it wasn't a good thing, but still games are around. Well, they have a bigger following than we do. But for us as airsofters, it's very difficult to unite each other, get together, and show that we are not some crazy people just running around in the woods. So that was why I was thinking, well, maybe we have to look at it a different way. So that was why I came up with the idea. Well, maybe we can associate it more with gaming and actually crap. The vacuum started and it got stuck on the mat. So I need to remove the mat, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So the vacuum cleaning thingy started running. It's like the robot thingy, and it doesn't like the shower mat. And as you can see, I just showered, so it was still on the ground, and then the rotary thing gets stuck on it, and then it says, "I'm stuck." What was I saying? Oh yeah, the angry people thing. And that's why I try to get like opinions from people. What do you think about looking at a different angle, looking at it from the gaming angle, and why not go to game fairs and be like, hey, this is what you do, but it's outside, it's outdoors. You get physical activity, you stimulate your brain and your body at the same time. Why don't you try this? And it's there are associations for it. It's completely good, and later on, why not make a competition out of it or something? And that's something that also that I'm thinking of, especially with Airsoft World. We can do that because we are talking with so many different countries, 24 at the moment. Why don't we start something competition-wise in the near future? I was like, it is a lot of work, but it is something to look forward to and work to. It's a goal that I believe it's doable if we all work together on this. And I've been thinking about so many different angles on how to approach airsoft, how to approach this from a different angle. And when I was talking to, for example, Norwegian friends, they were like, well, we tried to set up an airsoft booth in some fair and show people what we do. I talk with people from Bosnia who do cleanup days with for the community, and they just clean up the whole field. They go around with garbage bags. They show that they are just normal people, not the crazy ones, and then they get a field to play on. It is in Croatia. They are trying to, or they are actually already recognized by the government as a sports association. I know the Netherlands are trying to do something. I don't know what they do, but well, let's not go into too much detail about that. But yeah, trying to find a different angle, because at some point I'm afraid that something's gonna go wrong. People are going to do weird stuff, and they're gonna try to just ban what we do. And if we then are not organized, well, or don't have another angle, or don't have the support from whatever, and we need to have multiple angles of support. Maybe I have to. Can I connect my Wacom tablet, and we can brainstorm it on it together. If you just don't mind what I'm doing, just hold on. I'll share nice changes in game. Yeah, there we go. I'll open up a new tab, and let's see what we have here. Can I use it? It's working a little bit. Let's see if it's red. Ooh, it's, yeah, it's fine. It doesn't do the crazy stuff, but we don't need it for now. So if we have Airsoft Worlds in yeah, you knew it was going to go to Airsoft World because it is something that has been in my mind for so long. Ever since I started with Airsoft United, I was like, we need to make this bigger. And then there was the EAA. Let's just drop some names on the paper. So if people, damn, I really need to use my tablet a lot more. So what you have the, oh, fucking, oh, hold on. I need to unplug it, plug it again. Nope. It's fine. I'll make it a little bit more tinier. There we go. So let's put some names on the on here. Like what do we have? And it's like there is the EAF. Most of the people never heard about EAF, and that's the European Airsoft Federation. What do they do? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But it is here somewhere. It exists, and from what I've heard, it's just an empty shell. There were people, different associations linked to it. Like I think it was Croatia. Oh, that's really bad writing. Hold on, I tried to do this again because this was not good. Let's try this again. Are you now working? Are you now working? Why aren't you working, my man? I try so hard. Is it this button? What I try to do is, yes, now it's working. All right, we're back on track. So what did we have? We had the circle in the middle. Then we had EAF. So if somebody is watching now and know what it is, please let me know. I know what it is, but most people don't know what it is. So EAF is the European Airsoft Federation. That was, I think, Croatia, Bosnia, Belgium, Netherlands, France. I think UK was in it for a while, and a few other associations. They try to like do something on a higher level, but most of the airsofters never heard about it, and we can actually check if the page is still online. European Airsoft Federation. Let's see. So there is still a page. So that is what we're talking about. The European Airsoft Federation. The voice of Airsoft in Europe. Members. Let me see. Oh, that's us. That's me. Belgium Airsoft Association. Well, it's the wrong link. It's not. So that's Bosnia. We're talking with him. What's that? Croatia, like I said. Czech, France, Irish, the Dutch, Portuguese, Serbian, Spanish, all the rest actually, and Ukraine, which is a very cool logo. I really like that. And I think I'm actually talking with that guy now. I think I am. So there are a lot of countries connected to this. Well, a lot. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 countries. Let's add it up here. Let's change the color. 12 countries. Right now, with Airsoft World, we are communicating with 24 different countries. Like, we try to reach as many people as possible. And it would be awesome if we could just like bring all this and link it to this, and then branch out a lot more, because this is only Europe. We can branch out to the US, Asia, because we are talking with people from Taiwan, Japan. What else do we have? Oh my God, my geography is very bad. You have the United States, Antarctica. I don't think we need people at Antarctica. North America, North USA, North America, and bring it all together in one big chunk. That's what I want, and that's why it's important that, in my opinion, to go forward with this. And the fun thing is, when you have all this, you have the whole structure, then you can look at how do we want to define airsoft to the outside world. But if we are not united here, how the hell can we tell people here what airsoft is? We can't. And that's why, if we work together, we can get to the point what I talked about is perception of airsoft. What is airsoft, and how can we explain that to other people? What is airsoft, and where we want to go with this? Hi, Wim. How are you doing? I'm just chilling this evening and talking about airsoft. And oh yeah, you are here now. Let me show you some footage from this weekend that I filmed with my new camera. Nope, a video. So yes, I bought myself a new camera to film more airsoft stuff when I'm going to things. And I tested out some stuff. Panasonic 1. So the first thing that I tried out was night footage, because now it was really dark. And it was nice. The colors were nice. It's a very good camera. And then I upped the gain a little bit, so it's if you're usually working with another camera, it's the ISO. You lose some detail in the background, you get more grain, but this was at quite a dark moment. There was not much light showing on their faces, so I was happy with that. So we were just playing around. This was the lighting at night, so some LEDs lighting the whole thing up, which was nice. And then I used the same, I'm on the same location now. I'm just zooming in, and to show how nice it is to film from a distance. So I think, how far was I? Let me go back to the previous one. So I'm standing here and I'm filming those guys here. So that was really nice. And this is the IR function. So there was a helmet, an IR light, and the IR beam thingy on the helmet. So that's why it's lighting up. If I filmed it with the normal thing, it didn't light up, of course, because this is IR filming. Only IR light is getting picked up by the camera. So I think there goes a filter in front of it. And then during the day, this is how it looks. So really nice. Hey, nobody. I do hope you have a body. So that's the Swiss guys. That is the guy that brought the raclette cheese, 3 kilos of raclette cheese. And there is one thing that I want to show you about the camera. Where is it? This, I think it's this one. Look at that. Look at that. This is the same location. So I'm standing on the road. The crazy Swiss guys. Yes, yes, indeed, the crazy Swiss guys. They are awesome to play with. Look at that. Look at that. 20 times zoom. Bam. Now try to hold it stable. 20 times zoom. There we go. I didn't pause it. I loved it. And because of that zoom, you can be in the action like this. And that's, you can get closer. You can really, if I can try to hold it steady as much as possible, because this was the first time that I'm trying to do stuff. Hey Gustavus, how you doing? And this is, I think this is not the maximum zoom yet, but I'm not sure. But you can play around. It's, I don't like it that much because it's very static on when from the filming position, because you're turning around on one point, but you got a mad cold. So you're at home chilling. Look at Sam. It's not in focus. I'm trying to focus it manually now. But this is stuff this is 4K, so you can play around with this. You can print screen this. Oh, damn, I was so happy with the image. And then imagine if you can follow the people around, and you can just follow them around and move yourself. Okay, the image will not be as stable, but then you don't have to be zoomed in 20 times. And I tried some different things. This game was in France at the Atom Arena. Is it Arena? Well, it's an old Cold War base. Will I be able to find it? And it had 3 levels of this one. Layers. There we go. That's the one. So this was filmed from this location here, and the action was happening here and here. So I was panning from this to there. So it's an old base. There's a helicopter pad. I don't know what they really did there. There was 3 levels of tunnels underneath it, and that it was very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. It was a LARP game. It was super fun. We were civilians. We have to find our way to play the game as good as possible, and it was awesome because the players did a really good job. And I'm trying to find a picture when we convinced 3 of the task force players to abandon their people and give us what we need. So that's the picture. 3 task force people. 3 task force people that just ratted out their boys, gave us what we needed, and they are living a rich life now. And that was so cool. That was so cool to do. But yeah, the footage, especially it's certainly impressive. I'm playing a big game this weekend in Pennsylvania. Hey, Epoch! Pennsylvania, man. How are the games in the States? I'm very curious about that, because on Airsoft World we have about 500 Americans, and I have no idea how the games are going. You're done playing. You're done playing what? So the camera itself, it's a camcorder style camera. Everything is in one package, and I need to find a way to protect it as much as possible when I bring it to field. I want to protect my lens. I want to protect a lot of stuff on the camera to be able to not break it. Killing Floor 2. I think the robot is done cleaning. Killing Floor 2. Oh, some tactical shooting, Wim. The task force could have used that knowledge to enter the building. So that was actually Wim. I think I have footage of you guys in the window. I think there it is. And I tried to use some different things to see how it looks. Like I like that shot. It's I tried to find good shots. So I found this very cool that there was a squad running in front of the other one, and it was like, okay, yeah, the autofocus is not too fast because otherwise it would pick up on those guys immediately. So it's slowly moving to this guys. And I don't know yet what is the best settings. The hold fast event. Ooh, hold fast. Enjoy your sushi, and take care of yourself. So I also try to film from a distance, as because if you film from a distance, people don't look at you; they just do their own thing, and that's what I like to film. With my GoPro, it's the same thing. They don't notice me; they just do their thing, and at the end, I can use that footage. With this, I can be in the distance. And you can do nice shots like this, and you can use this as b-roll. So that's what I don't know if I'm gonna make a video about it, but it's just an interesting thing to do. And then you can look at people, their gear, how it's wiggling or not. Maybe I have to do some gear roasting. Let's see. Bright red patch, we don't care about that. That scope is very, very high. The backpack is so empty that I don't like this. It's jiggling around. Let's see, what else? This is not that bad, not that bad. Glasses, I talked with the guy. He removed them when after I talked with him because this was not the correct one. What else? This is a lot of... Look at this. This is not good. This will be super annoying for the guy, especially if you have a backpack over it that is super low. It will get stuck on everything. It will annoy you a lot. I take some time to look at people's gear, and this I don't understand. You have an empty backpack. Why do you put the thing that will get stuck in branches on the outside? Same with this. You don't need to put it on the outside if it's not necessary. Your antenna will be get fucked up like this if you just put your backpack over it. This is actually fun. We need to do this more. He's giving some... That pistol must be very difficult to draw because the pouch is in the way. Do we have other people? Now I found my stuff to do. Why is it wrong, Wim? I don't understand why people can't get that much forward. Like, because if you want to, you have to like grab it like this. I know everybody has his own preferences on how they carry gear, and for me it's always interesting to see why they do certain things, because then if it's something good, pistol grip too high, so it's canted too much forward. I like the... Hello, Axel. I like the drop belt holster. It's my favorite type of holster, but not in that angle. Okay, let's see. Well, who else do we have? Chestrix is not... Yeah, you can see that from a lot of people. Like, this is loose. No Chestrix. Very interesting choice to get all your magazines on your belt. What I see is a lot of Novrich gear, actually. Here, plate carriers before on Murdoch. A lot of wires going loose. yeah, I just like to try to find stuff to improve. Before the game, we actually talked to a guy that his chest or his plate carrier was so loose, and I was like, dude, take it off and we'll fit it. Double mag pouches is not a good thing. Where do you see double mag pouches? You mean that he's this one's that is on top of the other pouch? Is that what you talk about? What I see at AOF, they always have mags in their backpacks, which is really an interesting thing to do. I used to have it. I don't do it anymore because I carry 10 magazines on me. Second on the left. Oh, this one. I carry one magazine pouch on my belt, or I wear a bigger pouch where I can put 3 AK mags, but that's because my chest rig can't take that many. But he's not wearing anything on his chest. He doesn't have a plate carrier or whatsoever, so he has to be he has to do it stacked. I mean, so you mean like in front of each other. Second on the left. All right. Let's see. Who else do we have? That radio, your screen is gonna get shot out if you wear it like that. And I noticed that I don't care anymore if people don't if people care if I give them some advice, because well, I can give you advice and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Okay. That's a lot of pouches for not a lot of magazines. I like the holster. It's very firm, big backpack. These guys did what they have to do. They lived out of their backpack. The other ones, they needed a drop of their gear. A second and a third drop. It's also something that I like to do is how to look on how it jiggles if somebody moves. Or if things are overlapping, and this is quite okay. It is fitting. It was a busload. The air mattress though, that was that was overkill. Here I tried to get caught in focus and tried to, like, she was walking towards me and tried to get her in focus and zoom out, which wasn't easy, but practice will make things better. Let's see if something jiggles. People wear slings very weird. Look at this. This is nice. Firm, not a lot of wiggling. Yes, this was nice. Even though it was multicam. It was nice. Because he could just drop it, and now he's back on his plate carrier. And it's just, everything is tied to his body. So, very nice, very nice. So that's cat pad, I think it is. I think it's another Novridge plate carrier. Yeah, it is. It is. Elbow pads. I haven't seen that in a long time. Nice. You want to see our gear? Here it is. That's our gear. We were in mid. Okay, we were in. They were fighting. We were not. All right. Yeah. I didn't know that the sure thing was. We needed to have the sure thing. The camera press dude was really cool to have him around and protect him, or to see that he's not protected at all. Nobody's taking care of him. We were just observing the firefight because it had nothing to do with us. You can see the LMG sticking out of the window. another Norwich plate carrier. Norwich was well represented in plate carrier. Well, their plate carrier is a good thing. All right, we talked a lot about stuff like this. Now, some shameless plug. Don't forget to go to the. Where is it? Damn it, I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. Go fund me and support Airsoft World by donating a little bit of money for us. US Airsoft is slightly different, but do mostly distances and US Airsoft is slightly different, but mostly do distances and cultural differences from what I've seen. You mean cultural differences in the game itself, or on the American fields? And that was the longest delay ever. Airsoft. There you go. Okay, we raised 100 euros. We still have a lot to go. So the reason that I also tried to that I wanted to stream a little bit is because I've been working on Airsoft World for weeks now, months. I was like, well, we need to do something. So we released the GoFundMe campaign. And for me as a person, I really struggle in doing stuff like that. I like doing it, but I'm always afraid that it will not work, it will fail, or whatever. So I postponed a lot of it. So I think on Monday I pressed the button to release everything, and now it is released, and we'll see where it goes. Sorry, the cat needs something. The culture is shifting a bit from Milsim style games are kind of falling by the wayside. Speed could be as making waves. That is interesting, because Speed QB was, well, I don't want to call it Speed QB because Speed QB is the brand name, and I would just want to call it Speedsoft because that's the generic term for it, and I don't want to give the brand some extra recognition from what they did here in Europe. I talked with the American guys; they were awesome, but the Belgian part or the European part was utterly shit. I love the competition drive behind it. I totally love it, but it's so elitist, and it became so bad in my, like, people love doing it, and I wanted to do the competition part, but I heard so many toxic stuff about people and the way they played the games. What can I say? And don't get me wrong, I'm all in for some competition, and I'm actually want to do more competition in Airsoft. I want to, with Airsoft World, it's one of the things that I want to do is push out an international competition thing, but for all players, not just one small part of the Airsoft thing. Like, and I'm not, the idea of a battle arena back in the days, some years ago, I really liked that because it brought people from different Airsoft cultures together, and you had Speedsoft teams playing against Milsim teams, getting wrecked both sides. It depended on who was playing, and you needed to adopt the style on the team that you were playing against. And if you know they were some speedy boys, then you had to adjust your tactics, and if you knew it was a Milsim team, you needed to adjust your tactics again. And that made it so interesting. Also, it was not symmetrical gameplay, which meant that both teams had a different mission to complete. One had to attack, the other had to defend. And that made it so much interesting than the symmetrical gameplay that you have. That's Speedsoft or Speed QB, where you just, well, 5 versus 5, and you have to do the same thing all the time. I really liked it, but the thing that bugs me is that it's so, yeah, it's not open. It didn't felt open for everybody. They tried to make gods from the players, and I don't like that. And yeah, Milsim can be fun, but it's very difficult to see what Milsim is and get a knowledge of how Milsim is played around the world. And what I've heard from the American milsims, not American milsim, but just the American side of the milsim, is that, uh, and that's totally, I follow you completely in that, Wim. I love every style of airsoft, and I want to try every style of airsoft. But it should not be that if you do one thing that you're excluded from the one or from the other, and as soon as you put on your paintball mask, that you are considered a cheater or whatever. But it's important to follow the rules of that event. And if that event states that you have to do this, well, you just do that and don't do anything else than the rules that you are set to do. But what I was saying from the American style, and it's the style that personally doesn't speak for me that much, is that people want to be in a movie. They want to feel the experience. Waves and a good thing. It's kind of turbulent at points. We started 24 years ago. It was very open. People thought, and you learned. Seems to drop from that about 2007. When I started 24 years ago, it was very open. People thought, and you learned. Yeah, I get that. A lot of people, when I did the survey, excuse my coughing. When I did a survey for Belgium on the life expectancy from the airsofter. And that showed that the average airsofter plays for about 3 years. And then you got the weird ones, like most of us here now, is that we play for a very long time because we just like to do it. But there is a big in and out constantly. And that also means that things change pretty fast. There are some hypes that coming up, and people want to jump on the hype, and the hype just goes away, and then the people go away, and new people come in with a new hype. I have seen it a lot of times, and I know him. But you should enjoy airsoft in any type and form. I would like to do some target shooting, just like IPSC. I want to do like 3-gun competition. I want to do normal games. I want to do bigger games, but well, choices need to be made because I don't have days and days of time to do that. And if I choose, I usually choose like a burger one. But from the American thing is that what I was going to is that what we see here in Europe is that it is a lot about the experience, and it's a lot about making you feel like you are going to have your Rambo moment, or that it's always shown like this. And that's just not for me. It is fun to do that, but you're hyping people up for something that not is not always happening. In Alberga, for example, you don't have to do that because there is a lot of stuff happening around you, and you're just a part of the bigger group, and you just there is a camaraderie going on. There is people helping each other. It's not about the individual. A Rambo more like Stavros. Yes. It's also an experience to go into the LARPing thing. And this weekend the LARP was super nice, but you need to be able to be up for the LARP. And I got a message. Where nope. Is it important? Let me see. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Yeah, all right. Let me see. This done, I have come to a conclusion that I do not have the time and effort. What? But people, we need you now. Oh, it's fine. It just sucks. Okay. Because it's about Airsoft World, and we're trying to build teams in every country, and Bergen appears to be more like a military exercise. I remember those well from my days as a Marine. Maybe the colors might BB Go approach more war game in style versus a LARP. Or hold on, I need to read this again. Bergen appears to be more like a military exercise, which I'll get to that in a little bit. I remember those well from my days as a Marine. Maybe that colors my BB Go approach more war. For fuck's sake, stupid heart thingies from my in style versus a LARP or Speedsoft. Reading is hard today. Maybe that colors my BB Go approach. So you like to go fast, okay? Warping the style versus a LARP or no? Okay, I need to explain a little bit more. But Bergen itself it's not at all a military exercise. I call it big games because there is a lot of stuff happening around you. And this year I was company commander, so I had about 120 people under my command, and the people that are under my command, like the squad members, they just they do the same thing as they do on the Sunday game, but it's 3-4 days. And the higher command is setting up everything, but it's not at all a military exercise because I want to keep away from military exercise as much as possible. Because as soon as people think that it's a military exercise, they will try to see things that the military does. And in airsoft, you can only do a little bit of military approach, and I explain that in my how it was to be company commander at Burget video. Is that there is so much stuff that doesn't work. So it's not a military exercise, because if it was a military exercise, people would have to do a lot more waiting, and Burget is super fast. Well, is it super fast? For a military exercise, it is super fast because the missions are constantly changing. You don't have time to do a proper briefing. You have to go with what you have, and it's finding the balance between make sure that people have fun and to make sure that your missions are done. That is what Burget is for us. If you go to the blue team, that is completely different. The blue team is more a hierarchy, I think. They try to push in a little bit more. How do I say that? They use that hierarchy. Why we in the red team, we try to listen to everybody and use it more as a team building activity, actually. Can I call it the team building activity? Yes, for 400 people. It's a team building activity for 400 people. And you go to hold on, Keystone. I have a question for you. Is the yeah, we switched topics. That happens in my brain. Is the E3 website, is that still running? I heard conflicting things about it. I heard that people are trying to bring it back to life, or they just use some parts of it. But I'm trying to reach some more people in the States about it, because well, it's a website in English. So for me, America and UK is the perfect ground to go forward on, because we don't have to change anything on the language. And a lot of European countries like Germany, France, they like to speak their own language, and Spain, Portugal. Well, actually, they all like to speak their own language. I think we are one of the few people that don't really care about the language that we speak. Maybe because we have 3 different languages. Let me see what else. And I'm looking for. Did I have another? That was the perception of airsoft. That's what we're talking about. That's what we talked about. Okay. Mais non, bah oui, mon chéri. Elle parle votre langue et c'est très difficile pour parler le français. So I just said it's very hard to speak French. and they don't like to change their language. Let me open up the page then. There we go. Hey, what happened? Ah, okay, it's filtered. Okay, there it is. Yes, invite. Win. Swiss chief. So that might be Swiss cheese guy. Okay. So that is Airsoft World for the people that don't know it. Is there people in the chat now that don't know Airsoft World? Or if you have any questions about it or any requests, because one thing that I like to do in the future, like now we are working on update 3. So update 3, what is it? It's to bring more people to more event organizers to be able to add their events to Airsoft World. So there are a few things that we're going to do. You will be able to hide your events from the calendar. You're going to have a better system for people that have their own ticket system, and then they can use Airsoft World to promote their events on the calendar. Let's go to the Airsoft events, and then you can see them in your country, your region, the world, depending on where you want to go. Enjoy feeding the beasts. And then you can see all the different events. Like on Wednesday, there is one in Ukraine. This is the world, and then here you can filter on Finland. Where is the game in Finland? The year. There is one scenario game. Oh yeah, battle group. Oh, they added it. Oh, it's already passed. Okay. So more event organizers will be able to put their events, and then we can change some stuff here that it looks better for people around the world. So that's why the update is needed. And the question that I was going to ask you is, what updates would you like to see? Because for us, that's very important to know. And I want to give the players a chance to be like, hey, this is something that we want. And if we get like a list of features that players want, then we can be like, okay, now let's vote for which update that we want to achieve or that we want to show the people. So that's why I need, if you have any suggestions, like one of the things that I really like, and I saw it on a Finnish website, is that people can enter the car they have. And then you can just scroll through the list of all the Airsoft cars. And I just like to view and look at those cars specifically made for Airsoft and all the money they put in and all the effort they put in to make it how it looks. I just want to scroll through all the vehicles and see all the specifications. Like if you remember the old top cards, that you can be like, oh, this is this car, this is that car, that's super nice. And then you can see all the features of the car. It has communication inside, it has this, it has that. That would be very interesting to see. That's one of the features that I would like to have on the platform. Another thing is I want to have a map of all the fields in the world. And I want it show in the community tab. It's one of those features that shows how big Airsoft is, and you actually can see it. I can show you a little hack. If you block, if you go to locations and you create new field, those are all the fields that have been used, but it needs this needs updating. This is all the fields in Ukraine now. But there is no link to it. So the thing that we had on Airsoft United is that you can click on this and this open the field and gives you a lot of information. It shows if it's still open or closed, if there are events on it, if there aren't events on it like the past year, it can show as inactive, or so we can have active, inactive, and closed. And if we close it ourselves, then it's just a black pin or something. If it's inactive, it can be an orange ping, and if it's active, it can be a green ping. And all those things can, and then we have some fields in Czech Republic, Poland, Germany, some Belgium fields, some French fields, UK fields, Netherlands. I think yeah. We even have some thingies in the States. I think it's going to be Maine. Yeah, of course it's Maine. It's gonna be banger and sus, yeah. And then what do we have here? Kent Island. So we already have quite the amount of fields, but it's just not possible to see it for you as a viewer. So it'd be very interesting to have this all just on the main map with some more information. And if you click on it, you see all the events that are going to be there, the past events, the things that you can link on it. Croatia. Yeah, that's the field that. And then you can click on, you should be able to click on it, and then it opens a new tab. So that is coming if you ask for it. Leave page. But I didn't got a lot of responses on perception of, why can I not lock it? Come on, stop viewing it. Am I doing something? Okay, let's just add a new layer. Make it white. Why can I not hide? Oh, because it's the only layer. So the perception of Airsoft is something that kept me up. And the thing that showed, nope. Where is it? Here it is. If you check out Ars Alpha, they are doing an amazing job on gamifying Airsoft. And there are so many different opinions about that. And the gamification of Airsoft will bring different people. And they are coming, this is a battle royale mode, so this is completely out of the normal game world. Well, yeah, the first was invented in Arma, and then it was made by, I think, PUBG, and then everybody made it. And then you can add all different things. You can add time, different things, randomizing. And I want to try this. I want to try that so hard. And when you have this, you can show people like, well, we are just being gamers in the outside world. I just love it. I just love it. What else? Can you believe it? I lost the thing that I wanted to talk about. I forgot about it. Oh. So, who donated? Nobody. Thank you. No, just kidding. The important thing is that the GoFundMe page goes around, and I will be sharing it for a while. I will be trying to reach as many people as possible, because as soon as we have the money for the update, we can start implementing it. And the way that we work is that so Airsoft World is started in Ukraine, and the developers are developers from Ukraine. So they develop the features there, and we pay those developers to make those features. And it's also our little thing that we can do to keep the people, because they live in, I think some of them live in Zaporizhia, which is on the border with the Ukraine-Russia border. Well, the frontline border, not the country border. And it's giving them a job to do. It's a small little thing, but if we can pay them to make those features, because they were doing it in the past anyway, we are helping on different levels. We're helping them, we're helping Airsoft, and I really like doing this. And we try to find different things to work on and find money to get those updates out. And in the beginning, they was like, well, we'll do it like this, and we will just, it's fine, we will do the updates. And I was like, well, it's up to us now to find funds to do that. And that's why we decided to release the GoFundMe campaign and see how we can reach more people. And it's something that I don't like to do. I don't like to be like, hey, we need money to build this. But we didn't have any other choice. Or if you have another idea, you are welcome in the team, and we will brainstorm any idea that we have. One thing that we're going to do in the future for organizers is that we're going to have packages for organizers. So if you're an organizer and you want to use the platform, the whole system of the platform, you're going to pay a yearly fee for that. And we're still discussing on how much that fee needs to be, because you're working with different countries that are not as rich as another country. So you need to think about that. So we want to keep it as cheap as possible, so we have the most information for the players, but that means that we need to talk to a lot more players, which is a lot more work for us. And then we just hope that we reach that many players to be able to do those updates. And when I started off, they were like, well, you just need one big one. Like, you need a big organizer that's paying for a lot of the features. I was like, well, that is interesting, but I just need to find the good big one. That might be a difficult thing to do. But then for the players, it's almost nothing extra. It's just one organizer on the platform. And if I can ask like 1% of what I would ask from the big organizer, and I can have 100 organizers showing their events on it, for the players, it is a lot better, because they can find the information to go to events and find out a lot more about Airsoft in their region. For that makes it very difficult. It's a lot more work. It's a lot more socializing, networking. Thankfully, I like to talk to people about this, and trying to find more and more people to be able to build stuff like this. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. You will be hearing a lot more about the update. If you have any questions about the update, just let me know, and we'll sit down and talk. If you think that your country needs to be included in this and you are not represented, just go on it and do it. It's the only thing that I can say and ask you to do. Make your profile and start posting your Airsoft stuff on it. And that is actually one thing that, let me show it to you. It's a scoop. It's something new. It's something that is in my mind, and I have no idea how to explain it. Well, I have some idea on how to explain it. It's just, how do I say that? It is an interesting thing to talk about Airsoft World and how I see it. And I've always been very honest and open on how I want to go forward with the platform. And let's go to the drawing thingy. Let's take the yellow Airsoft World color. It's not the Airsoft World color, but whatever. I drew this last week. I was like, well, we are actually working on different levels. So there is the top level. There is the level. Oh crap, that was bad. There is a level beneath it, and there is another level beneath it. So it's 3-dimensional, if it makes sense. And this is the front. What I mean is, this is where the players can find their information. So the player can find his information. And the reason I try to just hear and ask for your feedback is because if I have to go to investors about Airsoft World, I'm always thinking on how do I explain things visually? And you are my perfect test audience to do that. So players, it's actually players get information, and it's like this. And organizers, shops, and the players get information, the shop is getting information back, the organizers getting information back. So that is the front part of everything. Then there is the support. That's Airsoft World, giving all the support. Things are coming in from the top layer back to the bottom layer, and this is Airsoft World. This is everything in between, and we give information out through the platform. Yeah, you notice that I didn't think about this, and I wasn't planned to talk about this, but well, let's do it anyway. And on the other side, I will take another color, is you have the back. And the back is like this part, it's cool. It's super interesting for airsofters everywhere. It's good for organizers, it's good to find stuff, it's a big database of things. And that is important. If you want to go to play at a different country, you want to find that information because some player added that information or some organizer added that information. Now, the back is for me personally more important because that is a link to, oh, wrong color. Come on, go away. Yes. That is the link to the association. So for example, I will just call it association. I had a lot of fun at Barragate event. Thanks for helping. I had a lot of fun at Barragate event. Thanks for helping organize Repa side. Thank you very much. It was awesome. I enjoyed myself so much. And it's the thing that I like to do. I really enjoy organizing stuff, and company commander was where I felt at home, if I can say it like that. So this is the back end layer, just to switch topics again. And that back end, it was my first idea, I didn't want to go back. That is awesome. And that's what we want. That's we want to show people what Burgit is, and if they want to come back, it means that they had an amazing time and that they want to do this again, and this is how we grow stuff like that. So the back end is the associations. That is talking with what else was it? That was the back, the associations, the European Airsoft Federation, so the bigger federations. It is there was a lot more input. It's even like on a political level. It's legal. It is like a lot of stuff is connected to the back end. The problem is that, in my opinion, the European Airsoft Federation, they tried something and they tried to connect all those associations to them. But if you don't have the whole layering system, things will not work, in my opinion. And because I'm looking at it from different layers, is that you need the players to be able to talk to everybody. And the player, it will red is fine. It will go through this layer, and it will talk to, for example, the Belgian Airsoft Association, which is linked into the back end. And then we can have the competition, whatever. A lot of stuff can be on the back end, and the back is, you need that base. Like this is the bottom layer, holding up the foundation. Maybe I have to make it like some tower thingy. But on the other hand, well, no, let's keep it like 3 separate plates that are linked on each other and are doing their own thing. Both are important. And Airsoft World is just the platform. It's the development. It's the board talking, and this is just Airsoft World doing front and back stuff. And by having those two things together, you can go forward with the whole package. That's why we need everybody. I hope this makes a little bit of sense. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, and if I can make this in a visual thing and I can explain it, for example, to ASG, to ICS, to whatever companies, Wolverine, Airsoft, that we can work together on this. You don't need to. There needs to be like competition between brands and stuff like that. You need that to go forward. But we need a big chunk together. and then everybody can do his own thing. But it needs to have some kind of an airsoft hub. So yeah, that was my brain fart, and I'm very curious on how you think about that. And I'm actually going to check on Liam. Because I know a few Liams. Which unit were you in, Liam? Liam. Not UK. Matt 4. Matt 4. Oh, you were not in my unit. Ah, that's why. But yeah, did you saw the video about the company command? And I have some videos from Bergen, but I probably will not make a complete play video because I was usually in the base or leading from behind, and that's just not the most exciting footage. But I'm going to make different videos like the one that I made from company command. I'm gonna make the cheater video, the spy video. That's the word that I was looking for. I'm gonna make the spy video. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. I have the whole thing ready. I just need to find a way to film it. Couldn't look at it yet, but I'm definitely gonna look at it. Do that and let me know what you think about it, because it's a new style of doing things. I try to do it a little bit more interview style. There are some snippets from the game itself, but it's very it's not something you look on the toilet. I wanted to create something with a little bit more depth, because I think that is missing in a lot of airsoft videos, the depth about what is airsoft and what you do and the people behind it. It's a lot of people, it's like a shallow layer of coolness, the guns, the gear, and then there is like an empty shell. And I want to bring the person, I want to show the person how he went to the game, how he saw the game, what he went through to do everything that he did on the game. So I interviewed myself to do that. Good evening, Toodlets. Don't forget to donate. See, I'm getting good at it. I'm shamelessly asking people for money now, and I don't feel bad about it, actually, because it is for a greater good. And we need, if we have, there are thousands and thousands. There are 27. The only thing about the event is that they told me actually wouldn't be allowed to wear my Rangers wooden camera, even if I. The only thing that I didn't like about the event is that they told me actually wouldn't be allowed to wear my Norwegian wooden camera. Oh, I think we talked, right? You were the guy that specifically had some different camouflage, and you bought new camouflage or something, and then you saw the other guys, or did we talked in the Discord, or it wasn't Discord? I talk with so many people, I can't remember anymore. But yeah, Norwegian camouflage was not allowed on our side, and I. Okay, okay. And Norwegian camouflage was on the blue side, and we had people on the red side wearing Norwegian camouflage. And yeah, and that is just my fault also as a company commander that I didn't press that through. Well, if you're on the game and hey Jonathan, we had Troll. Was it Troll? Yeah, Troll was in Norwegian camouflage, and we had a few other people that was wearing Norwegian camouflage. And we told the guys like, yeah, it's the only thing that they brought, and it was difficult to, yeah, we just explained that we had people with Norwegian camouflage. And then the whole discussion started. Do we still need different camouflages on each team? I strongly believe that we still need those camouflages. I'm a fan of the camouflage differentiation. They might make a little bit less different type of camouflages in the teams. I know people have their fancy loadout, but it is a pants and a shirt. All the other things can be in any camouflage that you want, but it's a pants and a shirt. And the cheapest camouflages are in it. So you can find stuff in M81. You can find cheap stuff in M81. You can find just cheap good stuff in multicam. So you can be in both themes. But there are so many different camouflages patterns that they allow now, and people don't care about anymore. So maybe, or you have to be strict on it, and you have to say, well, you have to come in this and not anything else, or you have to just say, well, we're not doing the camouflages anymore, and you just wear your armband. And I actually saw that multiple people had extra colors on their backpacks or their leg, just to show that they were in the red team. And it's your own decision, but the bare minimum is wearing your armband. I also think it's nice to have different camera rules. The only thing that I said is a bit. I asked like 3 different people, and it's okay, and everyone told me yes until I was. I can, I can give you an easy answer on that, and you asked the wrong people. But what is the correct people? What is the right people? If you ask it in the Discord, people, like I made the mistake and I didn't saw multicam in the list, but apparently it was in the list for both sides, and I didn't. Okay, yes, Burger Crew. Well, Burger Crew can be the wrong people too. So that everyone can understand that they make it more clear and that they different cameras. Yeah, that is actually what I said, Jonathan, is that or they are stricter about all the rules, or they just don't use it at all. And I think they did a lot of good stuff this year, but they had some tough years. Nah, never. Oh, Burger Crew. So yeah, they have to make that decision. It's also up to HQ to be strict about it. And for me as a company commander, I will make it part of. I can actually. That's a good idea. I can add it to the Miro board to know which camouflage patterns that are going to be used in the unit. Because then it's up to the people to already think about it. Yeah, the green tan black doesn't really work that well if you play in a forest area and you need to conceal yourself a little bit. And I have seen it before in the US, and it is really awesome that you see the tan people playing against the green people, and the difference is so big. And it used to be pretty good at Burget, because then you had the older camouflages, like the bigger patterns, and then the blue team had the newer camouflages from multicam to all the digital camouflages. And for some reason, people kept asking, like, can we use this camouflage? Can we use that camouflage? Okay. I need to answer that pretty fast, because that's actually one of our supporting shops in Germany. Let's do a little shout out. Paradox Tactical, they have a website. They should have a website. Because well, there it is. See, they have a website. Jonathan, thank you for joining in. Acceptieren. And have a good day. Yes, I can see you. I'm just answering so he can send me the file so I can put it on the website next week. Damn, I gave my wrong email address. All right. Yes, Jonathan. Bye. Wave. Yeah, the green ones are usually the older ones, like the Jigsaws, the DPMs, and that was how it was at Burget, and that worked fine. Yeah, send me a picture. You can do it on the Discord, or you can send it on. I think you did it on Discord message requests. Yeah, he did. Oh, let me check. Really? You have your mask on? How the hell can I recognize you with your mask on? But you were not in Troll, right? Oh, sorry. But you're standing in front of it. Were you in Troll? No, you're not. I don't know, man. I don't know. You're wearing Loa boots. I had the same ones. But yeah, Troll was wearing multicam, Norwegian camouflage, and when I talk a lot with Norwegian people, like the ones with the black car, Ida and Michael, and Norwegian camouflage is a really nice one. They liked your Norwegian woodland. Well, they were wearing it too, so I understand that they liked it. But Norwegian camouflage is really nice. Let's go back to the fundraiser so we can have more. Let's see if we got some. Nope, not yet. Well, shoot. But we told him, like, don't be mad if you got shot, because it's your fault of bringing the wrong camouflage. And at this point, there was nothing that we could do about it. They brought the camouflage with them, and they were going to use it because it was only what they had. So next time at Burget, I will use the Myro board. Let me see if I can open it up. Myro board. Burget 19. Might be interesting for Keystone. This is how we planned Burget. So this was my platoon, my company, and every color has a meaning. And the troll guys were here. There they are. Troll. Yeah, I didn't understand why it was on the blue side. Actually, I know they changed some camouflages. Hey, hi Liam. Oh, I saw you on the. There might have been because they wanted to how do you say it, balance the teams out a little bit more, and they also did the same thing with the Finnish camouflage. They just switched it to the other side to be able to have a more balanced game. You were in the recon group 4, so that is somewhere here then, because that sounds Norwegian. No, that's, yeah, it sounds Scandinavian. Recon group, that's the one. Liam, there you are. Say hi to Liam. Hey. And you were orange, so that means that you were your squad leader, if I'm correct. Orange, no, you're the medic. Green was squad leader. But you're from Norway, correct? Long pause. No, it's normal. It's normal. There is a delay on this. You're from Switzerland and you're playing in Norwegian camouflage. Okay. Well, we will have some more Norwegian people, and Jonathan is already taking some of the Norwegian people in his car, and we will have another Norwegian group, and we're trying to get more Norwegians. So it might be that we have a whole squad of Norwegians. The old Swiss camouflage. What? Old Swiss camouflage. Like, is that the red, the big chunks? Yeah, this one. I was like, yeah, the red one. Whoop, I got a message. Yep, that's the one. All right, explain me the red. Can I show the picture on the big screen? I asked it for GDPR purposes. TA. Right, let's put it on the big screen. Zoom in a bit. There we go. It feels like you just went paintballing and you lost. But on the other hand, if like, who are we to talk? Jigsaw. Because the newer ones are better. The older ones are just crap. It's just weird. Funny thing about this, it's what I've heard, and the reason that there was white is because it was a misprint, because it was not completely at the right spot, but it could be just a hoax too. I don't know. Yeah, Wim is talking about the Belgian camouflage, some ERDL. It's very close to the, well, you have the brown ERDL and the green one, correct? And then it's getting closer and closer to the M81. And I think I have an ERDL Wooby somewhere. But yeah, the Belgian camouflage works one day in the year, and that's when it's fall, it is raining, you are in the Ardennes, and the color leaves are changing, and it's like your gear is wet, and then it works. And all the other things, it is not working. And I still don't understand how they came to it. And here, this is the older one. It's not the oldest one, but it has the white in it, so it was already newer. But the it was, I have no idea. Like, then they made the red more brownish and the yellow more orangey. And now let's go to the ERDL stuff. Camouflage. Where's my internet? Come on, internet. There we are. So this is the. I'm correct, right? There is a ERDL green and brown. Brown. It's depending on which color is dominating. Let's go green. I'm not sure if it's the ERDL. Is it? Yeah. I really like the new Swiss camo, and it looks dope, especially in carbon. All right, we're switching to camouflage. This is, I know who should have been here, and that is Dog from that is working in Novridge Textile. He's such a camouflage nerd. We could talk with hours for that one, and M81 works indeed. So we're Swiss new camo. Okay, that's just green. It's not bad. This? They went darker. But it feels like they're still holding on the pattern a little bit. The Spartanaut. So that is the old one. Just search for Swiss. It's not that one. And what? We're talking about so many camouflages. So, uh, just search for Swiss camo. I'm gonna get some cheese or something. I got look at that. I got a patch from the Swiss. Let me see if I can see what I'm doing. What do I got? It says we go when we go to a milsim, we do it in style, and then there's the raclette cheese and Swiss guys. I love it. It was a present. So it's not that one. So I love raclette and fondue. Oh, if you don't, I don't know. Do you have a type number for it? For the camouflage? Because all I can see is the red or the brown thingy. In the meantime, we go for A tags. I think that was the camouflage that the Swiss guys were wearing at the game. TAZ90. Yeah, that was the one I was showing, I think. TAZ90. Yeah, this one, the brown. Yeah, we got some raclette from the Swiss too. Oh, there it is. A very good YouTube channel, by the way, about the Swiss TAZ90 and the TAZ07. So I think the T07 is the newer one, or it's the forest one. It is. For me, it looks a bit like the color-wise, like the DPM, the British one, or the one from the Netherlands, the older one. The ATAX, I really like the ATAX. The problem with ATAX is it blurs very well in certain areas. But in other areas, it just stands out. But if you're in the right area, I really like the ATAX. Okay, so it's here in Kosovo. Okay, thank you for that information. It's really helpful. But the ATAX, it's I call it the Star Wars camouflage because they wear it in Star Wars, or it's very similar to that one, and it works very, very well. And it's a conversation that I had with a guy about camouflages. That camouflages are made. Well, I think it was with Dog actually. That camouflages are made to do two different things at the same time. Yeah, it does. And it needs to do two things. One, it needs to break up the pattern in a long distance, and it needs to be able to break up the pattern in a shorter distance. And finding a camouflage that does both is very difficult. Some camouflages do it very well in a longer distance, but other ones do it very good in close distance, but not in long distances. And it means that it needs to break up the big form in a longer distance, but it needs to also break down the form in a smaller distance. And in airsoft, we're usually in that smaller distance. So if you want to, tiger stripes is nice. Which one, by the way? Because there were so many different tiger stripes. The pink one, different tiger stripes. And now we're gonna get tigers, of course. Camouflage. There are so many different ones. I think that is the one that used the Miami one. This one? Oh, for fuck's sake. It almost looks like the Swiss camouflage. With the red. There was a green dominant, brown dominant called gold, and a desert. The camouflages. So we have the Vietnam, the Desert Tiger, and All-Terrain Tiger. But even in Vietnam, you had different camouflage patterns of the tiger stripe. I think that's the one you were talking. Or is it the no Muraco? Gold is the that one. Yeah, that's the gold. Liam, thank you for joining in. It was awesome to start talking about camouflages because there are so many different patterns and there are so many good ones. The one labeled Vietnam is the green one, yeah. Have a good evening, Liam. Toothless, you're a fan of Cruise Otter. I know that's the Norwich camouflage. And the good thing about camo is that when they explain it what it was, it's just the gold pattern is really nice, but I don't see how it is that effective. But the nice thing about Cruz Otter is that it's based on different camouflage patterns. Like there is the rain drip thingy in it, there is the tiger stripe in it, but it is completely newly made, and that is very interesting. And it's not sold to any military; it's only for airsofters. And that's one thing that I have to give the textile department from Norwich a lot of credit, is that they make their stuff only for airsofters, and that is really nice. May wind up getting my daughter some Crusotter if she sticks with the game. Crusotter is it's just nice because it's not linked to any military faction in the world, and I like that. I like that very much because what's up, dog? You want to show the people your face? Right. Show the people. Show your people. Yeah? You did your part now? You want to lick on my hand? All right. Sorry for the dog intermezzo. Sometimes he needs some attention. But yeah, so camouflages are, and that's the reason why Birgit is struggling about all the camouflages. One camouflage pattern that I really liked was show us Delta and Pencut. Rhythm! Pencut. Wow. Wood. That's the one he likes. I really like the camouflage. It is good for Swedish forests. It's very good. I like it. That's why I always lose him. It might also be that he just likes to run away from us. And then he hides with his Pencut wildwood. What was the other one? The Mandrake. I don't know what. No. I just liked it. Just the idea about the scales of the dragon thing. I just like the idea of it. I don't know if it works. I have no idea. I just liked it. And then especially like if you have it in the dark. So yeah, delta patterns, camouflage patterns. But hey, Rhythm, we're doing a fundraiser. I'm telling everybody to donate for our cause. So I did my part, and then that was the last time that I'm gonna tell you to go to the fundraiser page. And you sent pictures of the. That helmet. Oh, it's a cover on his helmet. SS Leto. So that was the 90, right? The A whatever 90. SS Leto pattern. Oh, that's the one you guys are wearing. That's the one that the Russians copied, right? If I'm correct. Or is it a Russian? Yeah, it's just a Russian one, yeah. Because it resembles one of the other patterns, but I'm not that good with names. And Tootler says that the problem with a lot of camouflage, they are made for certain parts of the world and work that well in other parts. That's completely true. And one thing that people don't really realize is that you can wear your camouflage, but if you're moving, your camouflage is not working that well. And then people are getting upset that they are using a lot of expensive camouflage pattern thingies, and then they've been seen by people and other people that just wear the simplest camouflage pattern like OD or whatever, and they just don't move, and it works. So movement get attracted by the eye so much more than the camouflage itself. Yes, if it's like bright something, it will show, but movement is like, especially in your peripheral vision, movement is going to be picked up so much faster. That's why he moves slow. That's why rhythm is so awesome. He moves slow. I have to stop laughing with people. Sorry, rhythm. I love you. So we went to a lot of camouflages, and we started with the Swiss ones. And is there a reason why you wear blue rubber bands? Oh, Liam is gone. He can't answer it anymore. This question will be with us forever now. But it might be the chrono bands for the gun, rifle, whatever. All right. Yes, we were also talking about Bergen. We were talking about this. We were talking about Airsoft the World. We were talking about perception of Airsoft. We were talking about how to show things to Airsoft. And yeah, a lot of stuff. Talking about Paradox, people that support Airsoft the World. A lot of stuff. And this is actually super interesting. And I saw that. And it's their belt. And the outer belt has the soft Velcro. And the inner belt has the hard Velcro. And apparently your gear doesn't get destroyed by the hard Velcro, because that's the reason why you wouldn't use your inner belt as hard Velcro, or the, I don't know if it's the loop, the hooks of the loops. If you use the hooks as your inner belt, all your t-shirts like this, they will get just ripped apart, and it will not be good for your clothing. But apparently this is very good, so maybe I have to try this, because it's actually very decently priced, €40 for a good looking belt. All right. Is there any other topic that I missed or that you want to discuss? Otherwise, I'm gonna call it a day. And I had a very good time talking about all the stuff that I'm doing and just clearing my head a bit, because it was really necessary with all the stuff that happened. And I did a debrief with somebody from Bergen. The debriefs are still coming. People forget how much time and effort Bergen takes, but it's the thing that we like to do. No new feedback rhythm. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna drop myself in the sofa, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of nothing and just enjoy what is on the television. I want to thank you all for joining in. I want to let me know if you want to do this more often, or I will schedule this in a little bit more. And where are my screens that I can actually stop this. Otherwise, I just need to keep talking. Have a good evening. Thank you for joining, and see you all soon. And hopefully, we can reach our goal in a very rapid pace. Bye, guys. Now I need to. Now I have the screen. Bye.